Today we're going to be practicing subtraction and addition with negative numbers, but this time we'll have decimals and fractions in them. So we're going to do these in two parts. First, we're going to rewrite them all addition problems, and then we'll go back and use the number line to make sure we can solve them properly without a calculator. So let's start with 2.5 minus 3. Is that an addition problem or KCC problem? It is KCC because it's a subtraction problem. How would you rewrite that using KCC? You would keep 2.5, change subtraction to addition, and change a positive 3 to a negative 3. Now, would this be a unite or destroy problem? It would be a destroy problem because these signs are different. This problem would also have a positive or negative answer in the end. It would have a negative answer because negative 3 is a slightly higher absolute value than 2.5. Let's look at this one. We'll get to the answer in a moment. Negative 1.5 minus 4. Is that adding or KCC? KCC problem because it's a subtraction. How would you rewrite it? Negative 1.5 plus a negative 4. Keep the first number, change the subtraction to addition, and change positive 4 to negative 4. Would this be unite or destroy problem? Unite is correct because the signs are the same. Would it be a positive answer or a negative answer? A negative answer because the two signs are both negative, so it's going to be even more negative. Now down here we have a fraction, but again, the rules stay the same. Would this be addition or KCC? This would be addition because it's an addition sign. And I would just rewrite the same. Negative 8 and 1/2 plus 6 stays the same. Is this a unite or destroy problem? Correct. It is destroy because the signs are different. Would the sign in the answer be positive or negative? It would be a negative answer because negative 8.5 has a slightly higher absolute value than 6. And our last problem here. Now we have fraction and decimal, but again, the rules stay the same. Is this an addition or KCC problem? KCC, because we have a subtraction. How would you rewrite it? It would be negative 2.5 plus positive 2.5, because you keep the first number, negative 2.5, change subtraction to addition, and negative 2.5 to positive 2.5. Now let's look at where these numbers would lie in the number line, and let's see how it would play out. So first, always kind of consider where 0 is on the number line. And let's go back to this first problem. Now we're not going to ignore this one. We're just going to focus on the addition problem because it's easier to think about. So positive 2.5 means it goes up 2.5. And then a negative 3 means it goes down 3, which is a little bit more than 2.5. So it's slightly in the negatives, but only by a half. So the answer would be negative 0.5. How about this one? Negative 1.5 plus negative 4. Well, let's look at where negative 1.5 would go. That means it goes down about negative 1.5. Then it goes down another negative 4. So you add those together, and where would you wind up? You would wind up at negative 5.5. How about this? Negative 8.5 plus 6. Let's picture what that would look like on the number line. Let's erase this. Negative 8.5 would be down here, all the way down, negative 8.5. And then plus 6 moves it back up here, but not quite enough to get here. Now, if I moved it up 6.5, then I would be 2 away. But since I only moved it up 6, I'm 2.5 away. So I'm still 2.5 shy of 0, so it's negative 2.5 is my answer to this problem. And this one, negative 2.5 plus 2.5. Well, you should realize that 0.5 and a half mean the same thing. So negative 2.5 plus positive 2.5 would put us in one of those opposite situations. So let's look at what that looks like. Negative 2.5 gets me down here, but then positive 2.5 gets me right back to 0. So for this one, the answer is 0. And this was I don't know if we ever decided this was a destroy problem. The answer is 0. Positive or negative, no answer, just 0.